Welcome to our latest weekly Parsha thoughts for Parshat Korach. I'm Cantor Simon Spiro from the Song Show, and it's great to see that we've had people clicking the subscribe button under the YouTube player. We love seeing our online community grow. So this week, I'm going to ask you to help that even further. After clicking the like button down below, and I'm sure you do it every week, click the share button as well, and let your friends and family know about our weekly videos directly. There's lots of ways to share, including social media, WhatsApp, direct emails, smoke signals, anything. Take your pick and pass it on. Now, let's jump right into this week's Parsha. As noted earlier, this week's Torah portion is Korach. The most memorable event in the Parsha is that Korach, the older cousin of Moses, leads a rebellion against Moses. But in the end, he and his followers are swallowed alive into the earth. What's interesting is that the Parsha is connected to the very beginning of the Torah, Bereshit, the creation. Let's take a deeper look at those connections and what we can learn from them. Im Bria Yivra, but if the Lord creates a creation, and the earth opens its mouth, Patzta et Piha, and swallows them and all that is theirs, and they descend alive into the grave, then you will know that these men have provoked the Lord. The death of Korach was not going to be a natural one. The notion of creating a brand new phenomenon to rid the world of Korach can be traced back all the way to Bereshit and God's creation of the world. In fact, so unique is this concept that the word bara, to create, appears in only one other place in the Torah, upon Matan Torah, upon the giving of the Torah, that special moment which marked the purpose of creation. Our sages proclaim in Pirkei Avot, in Ethics of the Fathers, that the mouth of the earth which swallowed Korach and his followers was created, just as the process of creation was coming to an end when that very first Shabbat, the day the earth must rest, was set to begin. Korach's actions were an attack on creation itself, and ridding the world of Korach and his evil followers was integral to the ongoing existence and balance of the world. It's not only the theme of creation which links Korach to Bereshit, it was also written, "Now you, Cain, are cursed from the earth that was forced to open its mouth, to take your brother's blood. Patzta et Piha." That term, Patzta Hadama et Piha, the earth actually opening its mouth, appears only once in the Chumash in relation to Cain's killing of his brother Hevel, and later, when we read this week, the attempted coup by Korach. Interestingly, both Hevel and Moshe, Abel and Moses, are described as roei tzon, as shepherds, and Cain, the Oved Adamah, the one who worked the earth and who is cursed through the earth. As it was written, when you work the land, it will no longer give you its strength. Clearly, the Torah wants us to connect these two stories. It's also written in the 4th chapter of Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, as it's written, jealousy, lust, and seeking honor will remove a man from this world. Cain and Korach, both desiring honor and full of jealousy towards those who were chosen in their stead, epitomize this concept. While the Torah doesn't say so explicitly, it appears that their grievances were further fueled by the fact that it was their younger relatives who superseded them. In fact, Rashi observes that Korach, already angry that his two cousins, Moses and Aaron, had usurped power for themselves, was further incensed when his younger cousin, Elitzaphan ben Uziel, was appointed head of the Kahat family. Cain and Korach sought only personal acceptance and glory, whereas true leadership is exemplified when one is willing to sacrifice oneself and seeks only the glory of the community which one is serving. Our sages teach that Korach attacked the mitzvah and concept of tzitzit. Now, tzitzit are the fringes worn on a special undergarment. and are meant to ensure not to follow your heart and eyes in a lustful urge. V'lo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem. As Rashi points out, the eyes see, the heart desires, and the body then commits sin. Korach and his followers are not willing to accept any form of limitations. We see, we like, and we do. This too has its roots in Bereshit and the original sin committed in the Garden of Eden, as it is written, "The woman saw that the tree was good for eating and a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was desirable as a source of wisdom. So she took of its fruit and ate." The notion of uprooting personal jealousies is rooted in creation. Our rabbis note that the moon was made to be secondary to the sun due to its unwillingness to share the skies with the sun. Rashi writes in his commentary, "They were created of equal size, but that of the moon was diminished because she complained and said, 'It is impossible for two kings to make use of one crown.'" The process of the Egyptian exile began with God's command to sanctify the moon. In fact, to rectify that sin of jealousy. This command was given to Moses and Aaron as a team, because redemption can occur only when personal aspirations are cast aside for the benefit of the entire community. God reminds the Israelites, "You shall not be like Korach and his congregation." Korach, the rabbis note, was a very bright man. But tragically, instead of using his talents to make a positive and creative mark on this world, he followed the path of history and in the path of Cain. While Cain was destined to be cursed from the earth, Korach, who had obviously learned nothing from the events of history, was to be swallowed up by that very same earth. Korach and Cain before him thought that it was they who were the center of the world. We must all understand we are but mere dust. God says in Genesis, "You will return to the ground, for it was from the ground that you were taken. You are dust, and to dust you shall return." In our prayers during the High Holy Days, we say, "Adam yisodo me'afar v'sofo le'afar." Man comes from the ground and will return eventually, ultimately, to the ground. If we can keep that fundamental fact of creation in our minds, we will merit to emulate Moses, the greatest of leaders, who was so humble, more so than any man on the face of the earth. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.
This week, members of the Song Shul observe Yortzeit for the following people: Ben Shor, Binyamin, father of Cindy Shor; Helen Goldenberg, Yocheved bat Peretz Visheva, sister of Mel Fishman; Chinka Sheikovich, grandmother of Barbara Sheikovitz Levine; and Martin Bottler, grandfather of Cheryl Kapp. May their memories be for a blessing, and may their neshamot have aliyot at this time. This week we celebrate the birthdays of these members of the Song Shul: Lynn Simon, David Joubert, Brigitte Barsalou, and Benjamin Shindman.
Mazal Tov and Yom Hulelet Sameach to all our Song Shul members celebrating birthdays this coming week. Happy birthday, you all. And to our Song Shul members commemorating Yortzeits for your loved ones during this coming week, we wish you all Chaim Aruchim, long life, and may the neshamot of your loved ones have an aliyah at this time. We say, Amen. Well, here we are. Erev Shabbat, Parshat Korach. It's also a 2-day Rosh Chodesh. Today is Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. And wherever you are in the world and wherever you go this summer, take a bit of the Song Shul with you. We're going to be broadcasting every Friday, Erev Shabbat, throughout summer. So tune in and get a bit of inspiration just before Shabbat. We wish all our brothers and sisters in Israel peace, tranquility this Shabbat and beyond. And for all of us, Am Yisrael Chai, we should all be Am Echad. We should have Achdut, Veread, peace, friendship, and to be at one. And not to be like Korach, because you know what happened with that rebel. We want peace for the world and for all of us. Happy Canada Day. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov. Happy Canada Day. Shabbat Shalom. Sha-la-la-la-la, Shabbat Shalom. Sha-la-la-la-la, Shabbat Shalom. Sha-la-la-la-la, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.